Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Every time.
You did. Krisha, did you say Navkar mantra? Yeah, did you say in front of the God or did you say when you wake up or going to bed?
When I go to bed. When I go to bed, I say Namaskar.
That's good. Yes, Moksh, I see your hand up.
When I even go to bed, I do Namaskar mantra.
Very good. When you go to bed,
Sometimes 2 times and sometimes 3 times.
very nice. So when you go to bed, you are already doing it. So now when you wake up, you can try doing it too. You can do 3 times. Actually, when we wake up, we are supposed to say 8 times. But you can start with 3 times. Then when you remember doing it, then you can increase the number 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, 7 times, 8 times. Okay? Sounds good?
Okay.
Show me a
Okay.
thumbs up. Awesome. So remember, whenever we see each other, we greet with Jai Jinendra, right? Does anybody know why we say Jai Jinendra? Do you guys know what is the meaning of Jai Jinendra? Yes, Moksh?
Bowing down.
Bowing down. So, for example, when you see your teachers or when you see your friends or other family friends, we say Jai Jinendra, we join hands and we say Jai Jinendra, right? So that means we are bowing down to the qualities of the person who are we saying Jai Jinendra. Okay, so I'm just gonna share a desktop, my slides with you guys. So it's saying Jai Jinendra, right? So what we do, we bow down not to the person, not to mommy, daddy, or the teacher. We are bowing down to the qualities they have. Okay? Because Jina means Tirthankar. So anybody can have Tirthankar qualities. Moksh can have it, Krisha can have it, and Shlok can have it. Your mommy, daddy can have it. So that's why we are bowing down to the qualities they have. Right? Okay. Do you guys remember about the ahimsa we talked about last time? Do you remember this hand? What does this hand means? Does anybody remember?
Stop, think, and do the action.
Good job, Shlok. Stop, think, and do the actions. Yes, Moksh, did you guys do anything that you have to use your hand in past two weeks? Yes, Moksh, do you remember anything?
Yes.
Yeah. What was it? When did you use that?
When I was at someone's house.
What happened?
What happened?
So I was gonna play something and then I stopped and think. And then when I said that can I play with it, and they said yes. Then I played with it.
That's very good. So we always, if we feel angry, if we feel like, oh, you know what, that friend is not letting me play with the toys, and you feel upset, you have to stop, think, what can I do to solve the problem? And you can act on it. Good job, Moksh. So what is ahimsa means?
Stop, think, and do the action.
Yeah, and it means that non-violence, right? So we we can follow the non-violence, we can do the ahimsa by three things, right? We can hurt people physically, right? We can think bad things about somebody, and we can talk verbally. When we say bad things, that means we are doing violence, right? So if we get angry, we have to think, am I going to fight, or can I talk nicely and solve the problems? Okay, if I am really mad at somebody and I really, really want to tell bad things about them, we have to think, we have to stop, and we have to think, oh, is that okay to do that? Is it okay to hurt my friend's feelings? Is it okay to
No.
hurt my, no, you're right. Is it okay to hurt my mommy daddy's feelings? You have to think 1 minute. And sometimes we do feel angry, and it's okay to feel angry. It's okay to feel upset. It's okay to feel sad. But if you become sad for a long time, if you become angry for a long time, is it going to help you?
No.
No. So you have to always remember to stop, think,
Stop, think, and do the
and
action.
do the actions. You're right. And that's how we're going to follow the non-violence.
Violence.
You're right. Good job. So you remember all this. So you're going to remember to do things when you feel all these kind of emotions. You have to stop, and then you think about it. Okay. Today we are going to learn one new prayer. You might know it, you might have heard it, or this may be a new. So this prayer, it's called the Universal Forgiveness Prayer. It's called Universal Forgiveness Prayer. Okay, so I'm gonna say one word, and I'll tell you the meaning of it, and then you can repeat after me. Can we try that? You guys ready? Can we join hands? Okay. It's the prayer goes like this. Kamemi Savvajiva
Savvajiva.
Savvajiva
Savvajiva.
Kamantume
Come to me.
Mittimi
Mittimi.
Sarva
Serva.
Bhuesu
Vesu.
Vairam
Vedam.
Majjam
Madhya.
Nakenai. So this language, is this Hindi? Is this Gujarati? Is this English? No. So guys, you are learning a new language. This language is called Prakrut. So you are learning a new language. When you say all the prayers, they are in Prakrut. All our Jain prayers are in Prakrut. So the meaning of this prayer is Khamemi Savvajiva. That means I'm asking forgiveness for all the living beings, right? I'm
Yeah.
gonna forgive all the living beings. Okay? I'm gonna forgive all the Kamemi means forgive. I'm gonna forgive all the living beings. Kamemi Savva Jiva. Jeev means living being. Savva Jiva Kamantume. And for all the living beings, I'm saying sorry. I'm saying sorry. Forgive me, please. Okay? And Mittimi Savva Bhuesu, that means I am having friendship with all the living beings. I don't have any enemies. I'm friend with all the living beings. And Vairam Majjam Nakene. And no one, I'm friendly with everybody, and everybody is friend with me. Nobody is my enemy. So we are gonna recite one more time, and then you can practice at home. Get help from your mommy or daddy, and you practice this. Okay, can we try again? Hamemi. Can you say it? Hamemi. Savvajiva. Savvajiva.
Savvajiva.
Khamantume.
Kamantume.
Mittimi.
Mi.
Savvabhuvesu.
Savvabuetu.
Vairam.
Vairam.
Majjamna.
Jam. Kale.
Nakenai.
Nakenai.
So this is a forgiveness sutra. Good reading, Shlok. So this is a prayer about the forgiveness. Okay. So when you know this, you can say this prayer when you wake up in the morning or when you go to the temple in front. If you have the Bhagwanji Murti, you can do that too. Okay. So you can practice it, and we will try to say it together next time too. So we are going to have Moksh, you ready with your show and tell? Yeah?
Oh,
Okay.
just a minute. Something.
So before he start the show and tell, I have some of the symbols here. So when Moksha finishes show and tell, if you have a question, you can ask Moksha. This means who. You can say, I'm not sure what Moksha is going to show us, but you can say, oh, who gave it to you? Or you can say, who do you share this with, right? This one says where. You say, oh, where do you keep it? Where did you get it from? Right? This one you say, why? Why do you like it? Or why did you choose this for show and tell? I'm just giving you examples. This is here, it says what? What do we do with it? What is the thing you like about it? Right? This says when. Can you see the clock here? It says when. Yeah. When did you get it? Or you say, when do you use it? And if you have any comment, for example, you say, oh, I like what did you show us? I have the same thing at my home, or I like to use that. That's called the comment. So Moksh, you can do your show and tell. You can show us, you can give your information about it. I'm gonna stop my screen so everybody can see you.
It's a mala.
Oh, nice. What is, you want to talk about it, Moksh?
This is 108 beads.
Oh, hi. Jai Jinendra. Jai Jinendra.
Jai Jinendra.
Okay, so Moksha is gonna do his show and tell for now. We're gonna listen for him, and if we have questions, we're gonna ask him. Okay, Sanmay? Okay, Moksha, go ahead.
This is my mala.
Okay.
And this has 108 beads.
108 beads. Yeah.
And I like to use it after taking a bath. Right now I took a bath, so I'm touching it.
Okay. Anything else you want to say?
No.
No.
What do we speak when we do it?
I speak Namokar mantra.
You say Navkar mantra with it. Okay. So Shlok, Sanmay, and Krisha, do you want to ask him any questions? You can ask him if you want. Shlok, do you have any question about his mala?
Okay.
Sanmay, do you want to ask Moksh a question about his mala?
Later.
Krisha, do you want to ask? Yeah, what do you want to ask him? Yeah, you can speak in Gujarati. Moksha understands that. Do you want to ask him something? What do you want to ask him? Maybe you can think about it and you can ask him later. Should we do that? Yeah. Okay. So Moksh, I have a question for you. Okay. So you said it has 108 beads in there. So you say
Yes.
108 times Navkar mantra, right? So do you know why it
Yes.
has 108 beads?
No.
So anybody knows why we have Navkar Wali that has 108 beads? Huh?
Do you know?
No.
You can ask mommy if she knows. She can help you.
You know? तने खबर છે કાંઈ?
કીધું. મેં તમને કીધું છે.
શું કીધું છે?
યાદ કરો બેટા. I've told you.
It's hard to remember everything, but if you know, you can think about it.
Why do the Mala have 1,100?
Navakar mantra, we need to say 108 times, that's why.
You say Navkar Mantra 108 times. You're right. So this is a very long answer and there is very deep meaning to it, but I'll shorten it and I'll tell you because of there are the qualities of all our Arihant Bhagwan, Siddha Bhagwan, Upadhyay, Acharya. So that's why they are all together 108. Okay, so that's why we have the beads in our mala. They are 108 number. Okay, this is the shorter version of the answer, but if you go when you grow a little bit older, you will understand the deeper meaning of it. Sounds good? Good job, Moksh. Anybody have questions or should we move on next thing? Shlok, do you remember your question? Do you have a question you said later?
You have any question? You can say comment on it. You have silver one.
I have silver one and it is metal.
Mm-hmm.
Made of silver.
Metal of silver, but I have another one too.
Okay, do you use
It's
it
made of
too?
glass.
Do you say Navkar mantra with it too? Yeah, that's good. Okay, so there is another way to, because we cannot count on our hands sometimes, so it's easier way to use your mala to remember how many Navkar mantra you count, right? So you can use a shorter one. There is 21 beads too. You can say on that, and you can see on 108 beads too. Okay, good job, Moksh, good job. So next time my special helper is going to be Shlok. Okay, Shlok, so you are going to
Thank you.
you're welcome, Moksh. So Shlok, you will have something ready for us next class for show and tell.
Okay, see.
Right? Okay. That's awesome. Okay, I'm going to share another thing with you. And this is about, so we have done our show and tell. We have done this. Okay, so this is mostly about our Tirthankars. Do you know which Tirthankar's picture is this one? Does anybody know? Huh?
No.
Can you see the symbol here?
It's lion.
Lion.
I did. I'm right.
कया हाँ मोटे थी बोल.
Mahavir Swami Bhagwan. Okay, just hold on a second.
Marvel.
Mahavir Swami Bhagwan Ji. Okay. So, just this is Mahavir Swami Bhagwan. What about this one?
Marvel.
They look same, right?
Yeah, beta.
They look the same.
You don't see the
So
symbol.
I didn't put the symbol on. I will
Yeah.
tell you in a minute why. Okay. There is third one. What do you think? Who are they?
Yeah, the same.
They look
Picture.
same. Yes, Moksh, do you have a question?
Botetivo.
One is Gautam Swami
One is Gautam. How do you know it's Gautam Swami?
because it has the protection.
It does have it, but see, when you go in our temple, when you look at all the Bhagwanji, do they look the same?
No.
Yeah.
Murtis look the same.
Yes.
All these pictures, do they look the same? But they are not all Mahavir Swamiji. Only this one is Mahavir Swamiji. And how do we know it's Mahavir Swami?
Symbol.
Because of the
Symbol.
symbol. You're right.
Botetivo.
Because what happens, when we see Bhagwanji, they look the same because all the Tirthankars, all our 24 Tirthankars, they have the same qualities. It's not about how they look, it's about how their qualities are. That's why all the murtis, they look the same. But to tell them apart, there is a specific symbol which is at the bottom of their leg. It's here. They have specific symbol for their quality, and that's how we can say, oh, this is Mahavir Swamiji, this is Adinath Bhagwanji, okay, this is Shantinathji. So they have all different symbols, so we can separate them. Okay, which Bhagwanji has the symbol of snake? Parshvanath Bhagwan.
Kayo chikaji.
So, so only most of the murtis with Parshvanath Bhagwanji, they have the snake on their head.
Yeah, I know that.
Right? So
Yeah.
that's how we
I
can.
go for a few weeks at the temple.
You went to the temple, Shlok?
Yeah.
Yeah. So next time, if you go to the temple, you look at all the murtis there, they almost look the same. If there are no symbols, we don't know which Bhagwanji is which. So to make them apart, they have a specific symbol at the bottom. And when you look at the symbol, we know which Bhagwanji is that. Okay, yes, Moksh?
In our temple, did you see those ones which we have like they have snakes. Some gods have snakes for protection coming like this.
Yeah. Yeah. So are you talking about the Kshetrapal and in the corner where the Padmavati Mata are there?
Yes.
Yeah. So those are called the Devi Devta. So there is Padmavati Mata, Kshetrapal ji and Dharnendra ji. They have the snake on their heads too. Good observation. So that's why we need to know the symbols of the Tirthankar. So if you know the symbol, then you can say, oh, this is this Bhagwanji, this is Mahavir Swamiji. Why? Because they have the symbol of lion. And each Bhagwanji, they have a story why they have that symbol. That is a quality of their.
Lion. That's lion.
That is a lion. So why Mahavir Swami has the lion? Because he was very strong. He was not scared of anything, like a lion, right? And there are different stories. We will listen to those stories further down when we keep going in a Pathshala. So, and we're going to learn all the symbols and we're going to remember the name and the symbol. So we know which Bhagwanji's Murti is that. Okay. So anytime you look at the Murti, try to look at the symbol and try to find out which Bhagwanji's Murti is that. Sounds good?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. We are gonna listen to a story. This is my favorite book. I always tell this story to all my kids in preschool, right? So we're gonna listen to this story, watch carefully, and if you don't understand anything, we will talk about it after the story is done. Is that okay? So can you mute yourself and then I can start the story for you guys. Okay. The name of the book is Have You Filled a Bucket Today? Maybe some of you know it, maybe some of you don't know it, but we're going to listen to it together. Here we go.
Have you filled a bucket today? By Carol McLeod, illustrated by David Messing. All day long,
Hold on a second.
everyone in the whole wide world walks around carrying an invisible bucket. You can't see it, but it's there. You have a bucket. Each member of your family has a bucket. Your grandparents, friends, and neighbors all have a bucket. Everyone carries an invisible bucket. Your bucket has only one purpose. Its purpose is to hold your good thoughts and good feelings about yourself. You feel very happy and good when your bucket is full, and you feel very sad and lonely when your bucket is empty. Other people feel the same way too. They're happy when their buckets are full, and they're sad when their buckets are empty. It's great to have a full bucket, and this is how it works. You need other people to fill your bucket, and other people need you to fill theirs. So, how do you fill a bucket? You fill a bucket when you show love to someone, when you say or do something kind, or even when you give someone a smile. That's being a bucket filler. A bucket filler is a loving, caring person who says or does nice things that make others feel special. When you make someone feel special, you are filling a bucket. But you can also dip into a bucket and take out some good feelings. You dip into a bucket when you make fun of someone, when you say or do mean things, or even when you ignore someone. That's being a bucket dipper. A bully is a bucket dipper. A bucket dipper says or does mean things that makes others feel bad. Many bucket dippers have an empty bucket. They think
You can open it up.
Oh, sorry. Hold on a second. Oh.
have you by everyone in the whole
Sorry,
wide
guys.
world,
I'm going to.
but it's there. Your great. Everyone carries an purpose. Very happy and good when your bucket is full, and you feel very sad and lonely when your bucket is empty. Other people feel the same way too. They're happy when their buckets are full, and they're sad when their buckets are empty. It's great to have a full bucket, and this is how it works. You need other people to fill your bucket, and other people need you to fill theirs. So, how do you fill a bucket? You fill a bucket when you show love to someone, when you say or do something kind, or even when you give someone a smile. That's being a bucket filler. A bucket filler is a loving, caring person who says or does nice things that make others feel special. When you make someone feel special, you are filling a bucket. But you can also dip into a bucket and take out some good feelings. You dip into a bucket when you make fun of someone, when you say or do mean things, or even when you ignore someone. That's being a bucket dipper. A bully is a bucket dipper. A bucket dipper says or does mean things that makes others feel bad. Many bucket dippers have an empty bucket. They think they can fill their own bucket by dipping into someone else's. But that will never work. You never fill your own bucket when you dip into someone else's. But guess what? When you fill someone's bucket, you fill your own bucket too. You feel good when you help others feel good. All day long, we are either filling up or dipping into each other's buckets by what we say and what we do. Try to fill a bucket and see what happens. You love your mom and dad. Why not tell them you love them? You can even tell them why. Your caring words will fill their buckets right up. Watch for smiles to light up their faces. You will feel like smiling too. A smile is a good clue that you have filled a bucket. If you practice, you'll become a great bucket filler. Just remember that everyone carries an invisible bucket and think of what you can say or do to fill it. Here are some ideas for you. You could smile and say hi to the bus driver. He has a bucket too. You could invite the new kid at school to play with you. You could write a thank you note to your teacher. You could tell your grandpa that you like to spend time with him. There are many ways to fill a bucket. Bucket filling is fun and easy to do. It doesn't matter how young or old you are. It doesn't cost any money. It doesn't take much time. And remember, when you fill someone else's bucket, you fill your own bucket too. When you're a bucket filler, you make your home, your school, and your neighborhood better places to be. Bucket filling makes everyone feel good. So, why not decide to be a bucket filler today and every day? Just start each day by saying to yourself, I'm going to do something to fill someone's bucket today. And at the end of each day, ask yourself, did I fill a bucket today? Yes, I did. That's the life of a bucket filler. And that is you. I hope that you enjoyed Have You Filled a Bucket Today by Carol McLeod. Could you do me a small favor? Go out today and fill someone's bucket, because you'll be filling your bucket too. Remember, no matter how the weather looks, there's always time for a great.
Okay. Did you guys like the story? Hold on a second.
How Full is Your Bucket? For Kids. Written by Tom Rath and Mary Reckmeyer. Illustrated by Mari J.
Did you like the story? You need to unmute yourself so I can hear you guys.
Did you like the story?
I liked it.
You like it?
Me too.
You like it too, Krisha? How about you, Shlok? Yeah. And how about you, Sanmay?
I just said it.
You like the story? What did you understand from the story?
What did you say?
Mox, you want to go? What did you understand from the story?
Didn't understand anything.
Fill up bucket
But
What is the one way you can fill up a bucket if you want to fill up a bucket today?
with kindness.
With the kindness. What about you, Shlok? How can you fill each other's bucket?
There are things.
Say again.
Doing good things.
What is book on a page?
Sarah, please.
I heard you, but then I lost you. Say again.
Repeat your answer. Mana? Langit lah sekali. Sarah.
Doing good things. What you said?
What is that?
Sanmay, do you know how to fill a bucket? How can we fill a bucket? How can you make your brother happy? How can you do that, Sanmay?
Filling a bucket.
Filling a bucket. How can you fill a bucket?
What plant?
Say again.
What plant?
With
Plant.
plants. Oh, with plants. Yeah, you can put the plants in the bucket too. Krisha, how can you fill a bucket? You have a younger baby there. How can you fill the bucket for the baby?
By thinking.
By singing, you said? Say again, Krisha.
By thinking.
By thinking. Yeah. So there is a small song about the bucket filling. You remember that, and when you sing that song, you will remember to make sure you're filling each other's bucket. Can we try that? The song goes like this. Fill a bucket, fill a bucket. It's easy to do. It's easy to do. I can fill a bucket. I can fill a bucket. So can you. So can you. Can we sing together? Okay. It goes like this. Fill the bucket. Fill the bucket. It's easy to do. It's easy to do. I can fill a bucket. I can fill a bucket. So can you. So can you. So remember from today, make sure you're filling each other's bucket and you're a bucket filler. We don't want to be bucket dipper, right? We don't want anybody make sad. Sounds good?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you remember the sign we learned last time for thank you? Does anybody remember? How did we do thank you sign?
Thank you.
Good job, Shlok. Good job, Mox. You fold your thumb, put your 4 fingers here on your chin, and you go like this. Thank you. Thank you. Good job. Nice. So we're learning different signs too. Does anybody know what is the sign for friends? Because you have lots of friends, right?
I have one brother too.
You have a brother too, you're right. So you take 2 pointer fingers like this. 2 pointer fingers like this.
Sorry.
And you go like this. This is called a friend. This is a sign for a friend. It goes like this, on top each other, of friend. Nice. This is a friend. This is mommy. Mom. Good job, Moksh. So you put your thumb at your chin and your palm is open. This is mom. Good, mom. So when you're talking to mom, you don't have to use your words. You say, what did I say? Hi, mommy. You don't have to use your words. You just say, hi, mom. Right? So this is fun to use your signs sometime when you're tired of talking, right? It's easy to use sometimes signs. And when you have friends, some friends, they need help, you can help them showing the sign language. Okay. Okay, we are gonna do the revision of what we learned today. Okay, and you are gonna help me saying the answers. Sounds good?
Good. Okay, Tabang.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Oh, it's not starting. Just a second.
Sunny.
Mhm. Can you hear me, guys? Yeah. So it's the Jai Jinendra. So Sanmay, you missed couple slides, so we're gonna go over. So what is the Jai Jinendra means? Can somebody tell? Why do we do Jai Jinendra when we greet each other? Shlok, Moksh, Krisha, or Sanmay, if you know, why do we say yes, Moksh?
To make others feel happy.
To make other feel happy. But why we are saying Jai Jinendra? What is the Jinendra means? Jina.
We bowing down.
We're bowing down to
God.
the God. But when we say Jai Jinendra to the teacher or Jai Jinendra to our parents, what does that mean?
Bowing down for their qualities.
We bow down for their qualities.
You're right. When we say Jai Jinendra to our friends in Pathshala or our parents or our grandparents, that means we are bowing down to their qualities. Their soul might have the qualities of Jina. Jina means Arihanta. Jina means Arihanta. And Arihanta are those who have fought with their inner enemies. Not outside they have fought, but inside inner enemies. We'll talk about the inner enemies later. Okay. The inner enemies are anger, ego, deceit, or greediness. So they don't have those, they have overcome with that. That's why we bow down to all the qualities. Okay. The next one.
15, 20 minutes.
The next slide was Ahimsa. Sanmay, remember this hand?
Stop, think, and do the action.
You're right. You say stop, think, and do the action. This hand, it represents to ahimsa. That's non-violence. And we can do violence physically. We might hurt physically somebody. When we are thinking something bad about someone, that's called a violence too. And when we are talking bad things to each other, that's called a violence too. So we have to stop doing all this. We have to think, how can we act calmly, and we can handle it very, very nice way. Okay. So in Jainism, some of you have learned the ABCs of Jainism, right? So A is for ahimsa. A for ahimsa.
Ahimsa.
Good job. And then B for bowing down. So we learned 2 alphabets today. A for ahimsa and B for
Going down.
yeah. And in front of who you bow down to?
God.
You bow down to the God. You bow down to
Parents, grandparents.
parents, grandparents. You're right. That is called bow down, right? B for bowing down. Okay. Then we were talking about the symbols, right? So all the murtis of the Bhagwanji or the Tirthankar, they look the same because they have the same qualities. We can differentiate them with the, what is it called? Symbol.
Bar.
You're right. Or it's called a lanchan. In Prakrut word, it's called a lanchan. Okay?
Lanchan.
Lanchan. So that's because they have the same qualities, they look the same. But we can differentiate them with the symbols. And then we did the story about how to fill the bucket. You're right. So for next time's Pathshala, what we're gonna do, we are gonna have some kind of homework that you don't have to write it down, but you can keep track of it. So who is gonna be my special helper next time? For show and tell? Shlok. So Shlok is gonna bring in something, and then he can show us something and tell us about it, and then
But I bring now.
you wanna bring it now?
The next time is your turn, okay?
Let me see the time.
No, what do you want to do?
It's almost time to be finished, Shlok. Is it okay with you next time?
Yeah.
Okay. So we will do it next time. And when you wake up, how many times you're gonna do the Navkar mantra?
How many times?
9 times.
You can do either 8 times, or you can start with 3 times. Those who are not.
How many times? 3, not 10.
When you wake up, you do 3 times. When you go to bed, you try to do 3 times, right? And what practice we're gonna do? We're gonna fill each other's bucket. And you remember, and you tell me next time, how did you fill each other's bucket? Okay? You can say kind words to them. You can help your parents to fill their buckets, right? You can talk to your grandma, grandpa. Maybe they're not here, they're in India. You can call them, you can talk to them. That will fill their bucket too. Yes, Sanmay, you have something? I just saw your hand up. You want to say something, Sanmay?
No.
Okay. Anybody have questions? Or anybody want to say something? Moksha, do you want to say something? No? Shlok, you want to say something?
Yeah.
What do you want to say?
What does non-violence means?
What does non-violence means? You're going to tell me? Or you want me to tell you?
You can. What is non-violence?
What do you know?
You want me to tell you?
Yeah.
So non-violence means we are not hurting anybody. We are not hurting anybody physically. We are not thinking bad about anybody, and we are not saying bad words to anyone. That is called the non-violence. And we are loving all the animals. We are asking forgiveness for all the animals and being kind. That's the non-violence. Got it?
Thank you. So
You got it? What is non-violence?
thank you.
Did you get it?
No heat.
Okay. Anybody else have a question or want to share something? Yes, Krisha? What would you like to say, Krisha? Krisha, I think you are mute. Can you unmute your, is mommy or daddy there? Okay, there we go. Yeah, tell me, Krisha. You want to say something, Krisha? What do you want to say?
Ever don't set anything.
Can come close to the computer so I can hear you better. Yeah, tell me.
Ever don't hurt. Ever don't hurt anybody.
Never hurt anybody. Is that what you say? Good job. Yeah, we don't want to hurt anyone and we don't want to make anybody sad, right? Because if we make somebody sad, our bucket is going to be empty too. Sounds good? So we're going to try to fill each other's bucket. Can we try that when you're at home, when you're in the school, or when you go visit someone? Always try to fill the bucket. It's invisible, but you will know. How do you know their bucket is full? How do you know if you made their bucket full?
Make them happy.
You make them happy and you see a smile, like Sanmay is having a smile on his face. That means his bucket is full. Right, Sanmay? You're feeling happy? Yeah. So if you see a smile on somebody's face, that means you fill their bucket. Do you see smile on my face? That means you guys fill my bucket. And that's why I smile on your face. Right? Okay. So we're gonna try, you guys are gonna try to learn the new prayer too. So Sanmay, we learn a new prayer today. It's called the Universal Forgiveness Prayer. So we're gonna all try it one more time for Sanmay. We will sing it one more time and then we will end our Pathshala. I will just talk to your parents for 2 minutes and then we'll end it, okay? So everybody repeat after me, and if you remember, you can say it together. Kamemi
Amani.
Savvajiva
What?
Savvajiva
Samvajiva.
Hamantume
Amantu.
Ittimi Savvabhuvesu
Samvajiva.
Vairam Madhyam
Madhyam.
Nakenai. One more time. Sanmay, I want to hear you too. Okay, buddy, you're doing good. Kamemi
Amemi.
Savvajiva
Samvajiva. Samvajiva.
Savvajiva
Savajiva.
Kamantume
Come to me.
Mittimi
Mittime.
Savvabhuvesu
Savvabuvesu.
Vairam
Vayam.
Bajjam
Bajam. Bajam.
nakenai.
Lakenai.
The meaning of this prayer is that I ask forgiveness from all the living beings. I forgive all the living beings, and I have a friendship with all living beings. Nobody is enemy.
Mitanti.
All are my friends. Okay? Yes, Moksh?
You want to speak anything?
No.
Okay. I thought you want to say something. Okay. So we're going to practice those prayers. We're going to practice filling each other's buckets, and we're going to try to do the Navkar mantra when we wake up, when we go to sleep. And if you go to the temple to visit, try to look for the symbols and try to remember which symbol is which Tirthankar. We will learn in Pathshala too, but if you remember, who is our first Tirthankar? Does anybody know? Yes, Moksha. Who is our first Tirthankar?
Shamaji.
Huh?
पहला क्या है सिर्फ पहला श्री बोलो
Sanmay knows.
Shabnaji.
Rishabnathji, or we can say Adinathji. There are two names. So it's the same Tirthankar, Adinathji Bhagwan, Rishabdev Bhagwan. Does anybody know the symbol of first Tirthankar?
Bull.
Good.
बोल
First Tirthankar symbol is bull. And you know the 24th Tirthankar symbol is?
बोल समय
Which one is lion?
बोल बेटा लायन
Lie.
And 23rd Tirthankar
23rd राष्ट्रनाथ को कहीं से भूल जल्दी
snake. Good job, Sanmay. So that's how we're going to remember the symbols and the name of Tirthankars, okay? Okay, good job. We are all done with the Pathshala. If I'm going to stop recording if I get the parents on the screen for 2 minutes.